Look, if you're about to start a dropshipping business, watch this video because it's going to save you months of your life, if not years of your life, and thousands of wasted dollars. In this video, you will discover why the big gurus lied to you on dropshipping, how I lost almost $3,000, and what I did instead to start making money online. Now, since it's probably the first time you and I meet, why should you even listen to me? My name is Fred, and I'm a 22-year-old entrepreneur from a lower middle-class background. I went from having only $400 to my name over 5 years ago to making upwards of $1,000 a day as a 21-year-old selling services and consulting. So when most gurus tell you to start a dropshipping business, this is what they tell you to do. They tell you that you need to find a cool, trendy product, which is what they call a winning product. At first, it seems like a clever strategy. They're going to tell you that in order to find this winning product, you have to spy on the competition's top performing ads. Because chances are, if one of your competitors is spending a lot of money on ads every day, they have lots of active campaigns, it's probably because they're making a lot of money, so it's a product worth selling. So instead of wasting thousands of dollars trying to figure out what product to sell yourself, you get to replicate what the successful competitors are doing and sell something which is in high demand. Now, once you found the winning product, it's time to build an entire Shopify store around that one single product. So if your winning product was, let's say, a rose bear, those are very popular around Valentine's Day, you would typically only sell rose bears on your Shopify store, nothing else. So now that you've got your winning product and your website is built, you need to get people on your product page to get customers. And typically, what these big gurus tell you to do is to run some ads. A certain percentage of the people who see your ad will click on your link, visit your website, and some of them will end up purchasing your product. So back in 2019-2020, with a friend of mine, that's the business model we decided to start. We stumbled upon a dropshipping video on YouTube, and it seemed like a great business model, so why not give it a shot? After all, it was sold to us as the best business model to make money online as a beginner. So at the time, my friend invested in an expensive 2.5k dropshipping course, and we decided to work on it together. So we started by finding a winning product, and at the time, we decided to sell a flat squeeze mop. So we built a whole Shopify store around that product, and we priced it at $50. And then I created some creatives for Facebook ads, and I set up the whole ad campaign. And I remember clicking on the button to launch the ad, closing down my laptop to go have dinner with my parents, and when I came back to my room about 30 minutes later, I noticed on my phone dozens of notifications on WhatsApp from my friend. So I thought, oh my god, what's going on? I unlocked my phone, and he was going crazy because we had gotten our first sale. At first, I could barely believe it. I was shaking, my heart was pounding in my chest, it felt insane, unbelievable. I had never made money online like that before. And to be honest, at that time, I was still a bit skeptical. I knew some people made a lot of money online, but I didn't think it was possible for us. So I logged onto Shopify, and I see it's there. We've made $50. I'm not dreaming. That moment alone changed my life because it made me realize, yes, you can actually make money online. And at the time, I was a broke 17-year-old. I wasn't this super experienced businessman. But the problem is, because at the time, my friend and I were both broke, it's not like we could afford to spend hundreds of dollars per day on ads. And what ended up happening, of course, is that Facebook ads quickly ate up all of our ad budget. So sure, we made $50, but we spent close to $200 on ads alone. That didn't even include the cost of the product itself, or even the shipping to the customer, or softwares like Shopify. So as you can probably guess, we had to stop this business model pretty quickly. Otherwise, we'd go broke before we got a chance to figure this thing out. And another problem with Facebook ads is that very often it would ban our ad accounts without a proper explanation. Whenever we'd try to contact the support team, we'd get no answer or some basic AI-generated answer. So oftentimes, what would happen is that we would spend weeks spying on the competition, trying to find a new trendy winning product, building a Shopify store around it, only to have no way to market our product because Facebook ads would not allow us to run ads. And I know a lot of dropshippers for whom that's been the case as well. They wake up every day with that fear that their ad account has been shut down. And if you're like me, the reason you want to have your own business is so that you can be free, not just financially, but also to have the time to do the things that you love, to have peace of mind, knowing that you'll always be able to provide for yourself, but also for the people that you love. The goal isn't to wake up every day with this constant pressure on your shoulders, this constant stress weighing you down. But because Facebook ads doesn't exactly like dropshippers, you will run into a lot of issues. That I can guarantee. Because there are so many people, when dropshipping was at its peak, when everybody was speaking about it, hyping it up, who tried to sell crappy AliExpress products using Facebook ads, but then they never actually delivered the product to the customers. And that's typically why platforms like Facebook, nowadays they're very hesitant to give dropshippers a chance. Not to mention that if you spend $100 a day on ads, they don't really care about you. They care about the big fish in the pond, the people spending $1 million a month on ads or even more. And on top of that, think about this. If you spend most of your time fixing problems in your business, it's time that instead you can't invest into growing the business. So am I saying that dropshipping as a business doesn't work? No. However, what I am saying is that it's not a business model for beginners, and especially if you don't have much money to invest. If you can't invest at the bare minimum a few $100s per day on ads, don't do dropshipping. Now you may wonder, but what about doing dropshipping using organic marketing? Wouldn't that allow us to get customers for free without paid ads? If you absolutely want to do dropshipping, then first use organic marketing to get customers for free, and later on, when you make a decent profit every month, reinvest that into paid ads to scale your business further. And so after failing to build a profitable dropshipping business using Facebook ads, with my friend of the time, we decided to try another approach. This time, we were going to use organic marketing. So we bought another course for like $900 and we got started. This time, we were going to do two things differently. The first is that we would not rely on a winning product. Think about this. If you're selling a product related to Valentine's Day, are people going to buy it during the summer or the Christmas break? Most likely not. You're going to have a big peak in sales around Valentine's Day, but then nothing. You can't build a business that will allow you to be financially free if you rely on this kind of business model based on a trend, because trends come and go. You don't hear about fidget spinners anymore, when a few years ago, they used to be the #1 trendy thing for a few months. So instead, we decided to sell fitness clothes for women because we knew the fitness world is a huge industry worth billions of dollars, and it was only going to keep growing in the years to come, especially with the rise of the obesity epidemic all over the world. And the problem with winning products is that even if you were successful with your winning product, because it's based around a trend, at some point you will need to close that store and rebuild another store based on another trend. But so you would never grow a loyal customer base. You would always have to start from scratch all over again. So every time you erase the momentum that you've worked so hard to gather. So we found some products, we built a Shopify store, and this time, instead of going to paid ads, what I would spend all of my day doing was reaching out to small Instagram influencers between 500 followers up to 5,000 followers. And basically, we'd ask them if they wanted to become our affiliates. Whenever somebody would say yes, we'd give them a special discount code branded to them that they could share with their followers. And every time one of their followers would buy from us, the affiliate, so the influencer, would get a 10% commission on the profits. I honestly didn't expect this to work at all, but surprisingly enough, within 3 days of starting only, we made $100. Now you may think, well, that's amazing, so I should do dropshipping with organic marketing instead. If you really want to do dropshipping, then yes. However, there is a huge con to dropshipping that you're probably missing. Let's say you wanted to make $10,000 per month so you can be free, quit your job, and do what you want. The problem is that even when you're doing a business model like dropshipping, even if you managed to make $10,000 per month, which is already very difficult to achieve on its own, your profit margins will be extremely small because you not only need to pay for the product itself, but also for the shipping and the softwares. So if we do the math, if you were to sell a product for $50 and your goal was to make $10,000 per month, you would need to convince 200 new people every month to buy your product. And on top of that, let's say you have higher profit margins because instead of going to paid ads, you're using organic marketing. So let's say your profit margins are around 30%. Well, out of the $10,000 you made, you only keep $3,000. But don't forget that on top of that, you will need to pay taxes as a company. And then if you want to use that money to just have fun, to buy food, to pay your rent, you will need to pay taxes on top of all of that, again, as an individual this time. So out of the $10,000 you made, you'd be lucky to keep $1,000 for yourself, which is why there is a much better alternative to dropshipping. What if instead of dropshipping physical products that you could sell at best for $100, what if instead you sold services even without having to do any of the work for your clients yourself? This is what some people call drop servicing. Maybe you've heard of that before. This is the same business model that allowed me to make $1,094 as a 21-year-old, and that was with no previous experience or skills. And if I could do that while at the time I was also battling with severe anxiety to the point I couldn't even leave my parents' house for months just to go for a walk in the neighborhood, what makes you think you couldn't do it? So here's how it works. You need to come up with an offer. It will make people feel stupid to say no because it's that great. You're going to provide a service to a customer even if you don't know how to do it yourself. Let's say you were going to provide video editing, you wouldn't have to provide that service yourself if you don't know how to do it. Instead, you find a customer, you get paid, and then you find a contractor who knows how to do video editing and you pay them. You act as a middleman and you keep a part of the profits. This is literally what CEOs do in any company. They hire people to do the work for customers. So instead of dropshipping physical products, which you won't be able to charge much for, you can dropship services and charge anywhere from $500 to $5,000 per customer, depending on what you sell and who you sell it to. Now, you can do that with any type of service. If you sort my videos by oldest, you will see back in September of 2022, the first videos I posted on this channel, they were actually videos I would show some of my prospects before they hopped on the a sales meeting with me. That way, I could explain what I could do for them. At the time, I was essentially providing done-for-you lead generation services for entrepreneurs. I was helping them to book more meetings because I figured since I had to learn it for myself to make my business successful, why not kill two birds with one stone and provide that same service for others? That way, I wouldn't have to learn another skill or deal with something I don't know. So look, you need to make a choice. You can keep watching YouTube videos on how to make money online, but doing that won't earn you more money. Or if you're committed to becoming financially free, to building your business, check out the free resources in the description below. Or if you'd like to work one-on-one with me and my team, you can book a free call to see if we can help you. All the links will be in the description. That being said, if you found this video helpful, share it with a friend, and together, let's blow up this YouTube channel and empower ambitious individuals across the globe to become financially free.